Hello, welcome back to Tarot by Andy. Thank you for being here. This is my vibrational reading. Please do your own research for entertainment purposes and allegedlys. I'm sorry I got on so late today. I literally have been running errands all day long from 11:30 until 6 o'clock in the evening. I have been running crazy all over town, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So yes, I finally got home, had my dinner, and here I am. And then I found out that Meghan and Harry did not make the most influential people for People magazine 21. So I wonder how they feel about not being influential and not making it into the magazine as being influential. I'm sure it's the pissing and moaning, the pity play. It's just, it's not boding too well. So here we go. Let's find out, how does Meghan and Harry feel about not being influential in the Time magazine? That's quite a burn. That's not going to look well for her. She's not going to like that, I can tell you that. That's just, I'm sure Harry's not probably as bothered, but we shall find out. Here we go. How do they feel? How do they feel? Meghan and Harry not being influential. Oh, not good if you're trying to be an influencer, right? So here we go. Ooh, yes, it is a Four of Swords. Not wanting to be seen card, hiding out, healing. Four of Swords is a very sad hibernation. It's a period of reflection, total isolation. It equals coffin too. It's like literally you feel like you want to die and just hide away. Total hibernation, immobility, and it's a healing card. So they're taking time out right now. That was like a total, ugh, you got me. What? Okay, so not feeling too good about that. That is the first card. The challenging position is the Sun in reverse. They are not happy. They're absolutely miserable about the situation. Yep. And the focus is the Ace of Swords in reverse. They think it's cruel. The sword in reverse is cruelty. So there's basically, they feel that it was an unwise decision. And it was cruel. They're feeling very guarded right now. So they're in a very guarded position. They're not feeling hope and victory. There's no optimism in this position. And it's a lack of having a rational mind in this position. So they don't see them as very rational. They don't see them they just see them as defensive energy. And so they blocked them. This is a block. It's a mental block too, and they feel they have mental blocks. So they're really, really upset, and they're very guarded right now. They're miserable, and they don't want to be seen right now. They're like in hiding right now, as they should. So I'm going to put these out. And let's see, what will influence the future is the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So they are not going to be getting what they want. Harry will not get what Harry wants. Meghan will not be getting what Mary wants. I mean, what Meghan wants. Meghan. Yes, so they will not be getting what they want. They won't be getting, the earthbound energies coming as easily. It's looking like for the future, it's going to become harder and harder to make bank, to make coin, and it's losing money. It's making poor investments, and people not wanting to work with them. No new financial beginnings. So it looks like a lot of things are going to come to a halt for them in their ability to put it out there that they're so influential and needed and wanted and liked and adored and all of that. It's all totally in reverse here. Loyalty in reverse. People are not going to. They see them as they're not loyalty. They do not see them as trustworthy. They're not going to be making the money. They don't have the status because it's in reverse, and the physical world in reverse. It's totally all about the physical world, and it's all crashing down. And it's rumored also that Harry, on another channel that does discusses them, leaks and whatnot, that Harry really is wanting to go home. He just doesn't have the gonads to do it. Here we go. I just said that, yes. Okay, Two of Wands in reverse is going to end up being the near future, where they're kind of stuck in a lot of respects with the Two of Wands. There's no collaboration and no road to go down, no options. Like, okay, which road should we go down? He has options. Should I go left or should I go right with my business? What should I do? The options are really slim pickings and down to nothing with the Two of Wands in reverse. So that's just a lack of dualities. People are not going to want to partner up with them, and everything falls apart. So everything's falling apart. There's no protection. There's no collaboration. It's also about no feelings, no excitement, no enthusiasm for them, no business. Everything's impersonal. There's lots of friction, and there's just no fork in the road. There's no place for them to go. There is no place for them. So it's like there's no place for them to make their billions and their millions and their whatever. So people just don't see a place for them, in essence, and it's all falling apart, literally. And they know it. Crazy. But it's not crazy. We knew it. So the hidden energy, which they always do, is they think that they're going to have a new emotional beginning. They're working towards finding something to start something new. The enchanted candle card. They're going to try and do yet another new startup. So that's what they do. They throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks. So they're going to try and do another startup. This also could be the baby card. So hopefully they're not planning on anything like that. It's just looking for prospects. They're just going to be looking for prospects, and any kind of emotional spark and growth that they can find is what they're going to try and do. So that's their hidden energy. So they do not give up. Going to point that down. There we go. I'm going to shift that over here. And then I'm going to put these out. Sorry I got on so late. I was kind of enjoying myself somewhat. It's a little bit crowded out there. Here we go. So yeah, they're no longer on the family tree. People don't see them as part of the royal family, so that's another reason why they're not influential, and that's the decision made. And it's also the loss of a loved one card. With this card here, this is the loss of a loved one, and this is looking like a loss of a loved one that's not going back to the family tree. And that's another reason why. And 7 is about gaining experience. 7 is about seeking, and they're not going to be seeking them out. They're just simply not going to be seeking them out because he's not a working royal anymore. So the seeking is in reverse. No one's really interested in them. What else is with the Seven of Pentacles? Did I say swords? 7 of Pentacles. So with the 7 of Pentacles, what else do we have? We also have no anticipation. There's no sweet anticipation for them. No one's waiting on them. People are evaluating them, but in a very negative light. And they need to change directions, but it's looking like it's going to turn very negative for them. And they're not planning and cultivating their life very well. They see them as really screwing up, that they're not cultivating very well. So they're just doing a really lousy job. And they're not working royals. And there goes Penelope carrying on, so just ignore her. Here we go. 6 of Pentacles in reverse for the 8th position, which is the external pressures. So it's looking like they are not having the ability to balance their money. Once again, the 7 is about seeking, and no one really wants to work with them. With the 7 of Pentacles in reverse, they're not going to be seeking them out. This here, 7 of Pentacles, is sweet anticipation, but no one's anticipating anything from them. They're not planning and cultivating as they should. They didn't put out the podcast. They didn't put out the work that they were paid for. People are taking stock, but in a negative evaluation of them. They need to change their directions, and they haven't done that. Their fruits are not ripening. This card here, usually in the Rider-Waite, is that guy where he's looking at all his pile of money, and is the juice worth the squeeze, is kind of what that card's about. But no one sees it being worth it. They're just simply, they don't find that they're worth working with. And so there's a lot of trials with patience, and they're losing. They're completely losing the game. They're losing the game in a very big way here. And then the next position here is the inner emotions, is 10 of Pentacles. The inner emotions, they want that 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is the divine nectar. That is total wealth, security, and accomplishment. That's what they want. But they're going to have to do that Ace of Cups here. That's why they're doing that. They were thinking that they might be able to do it because that's where their emotions are at, is thinking they can still reach that 10 of Pentacles. But the outcome, the final outcome, is She is pretty much hell-bent on becoming the Queen of Pentacles. She thinks that she is going to land it some way or another. It will happen for her. She feels it's her destiny. She's very confident in it with the Queen of Pentacles, and she just wants that material success. She's going to gather all her resources. She's going to gather up all her resources to try and become that totally independent female. And notice there's nothing about love on this table here. There's no broken hearts. It's all pentacles, 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 and being trapped and losing. It's a lot of pentacles and swords here, and the wands in reverse. So no excitement. So they're in a bad position here. What's at the bottom of the deck? Bottom of the deck is Knight of Wands in reverse. So with the Knight of Wands in reverse, they don't find Harry is very charismatic. He lacks charisma. They don't think he's a good risk taker, that when he does take a risk, he fails. It's also the tantrum card. He throws terrible tantrums. He's basically, he broke free. It is the breaking free card. And he's jealous. He's hot-tempered. He's got inexperience. And he lacks confidence. And he's basically fading away. They see Harry fading away completely. That he's completely unimportant at this point in time. Yikes. Yikes. That's bad. That's really bad energy. That is a really bad energy card for them. Whoa. Okay. That's like total failure there in 11 and a half minutes there. Here we go. Let's get some more on Harry and Meghan. Not making that people's list of influential people here. Self-indulgence. They focus on their self-worth. They got to focus on their self-worth, but they see them as very self-indulgent. Self-appreciation. So I'd say they put out too much news about themselves, appreciating themselves. They're very grandiose with that, the grandiosity with themselves. And it's time for them to heal, and they need to do some shadow work. And they need to take time out and look at themselves. That shadow work is really sitting with your flaws, everything you've done wrong, and being self-compassionate when you do it with yourself. And a good way to start that, to do that, if you want to kind of creep into that lifestyle of doing a little shadow work, that is looking at your dark side of yourself. That is looking at your darkest aspects of your personality. And so they say the way to start it is every day, think about your interactions you had with people. How did you react to those people? How did you respond? Were you toxic in your responses? Were you kind? Were you combative? Were you defensive? So that's one way to start that process of self-healing and doing shadow work, is by looking at yourself on a daily basis. Every day, every night, go over those conversations. Where did you mess up? Where were you not being your higher self? Where did you lose your cool? And then from there, you can expand on getting deep into basically ripping off your scabs and taking a look at those wounds. And so basically self-indulgence, and also at the self-worth. They've got this self-worth problem here going on. And so that's how they see it, self-worth, and they got to look at themselves. In the center of it here, we have girl with the snake. So they see her as that snake woman, someone you cannot trust. It's the narcissist. It is enabler. They need boundaries. They break boundaries. They don't have boundaries. They break your boundaries. And then on the other side of the inside of it, we have here the wedding rings. It is about the union. They do it together. Everything they do together, they need to do some shadow work on their self-indulgence. And she is very much the snake woman. So that's what that is saying. And Penelope is not going to shut up. I'm sorry. That's a schnauzer for you. How funny, huh? And I just got a text, a little meme about schnauzers and how they bark so much and they're not going to shut up. Yeah, they are very yappy, you guys. Here we go. Occupation. Yes, they need to get a real job. They probably should get real jobs. And it has all this has to do, ties in with their job, what they do, what they're trying to accomplish, how they're trying to paint themselves, promote themselves, the mask they put on, that social mask. And then we have here the big hope. They're hopeful. They're emotionally hopeful, very emotionally invested. And she will not be quiet. There must be something out there she wants to get at. Here we go. Let's get some more. Well, that came out. We have here false person. She is a false person. And we have the courthouse. And that's why she goes so many courthouses. And then what else do I have here in the center of the deck? Center of the deck we have here facing poverty. You know, they're not going to be making the money. That coin was in reverse, you guys. No one's going to want to be hiring them. They're looking at a really sorry future. And then also on the other side, the center of the deck, I have concern. They have a lot of concern. Lots of legal problems are going to probably come about. Still, she's going to always want to keep suing. Let's get a spirit animal now, because this is a fun deck. Spirit animal. Here we go. And I got my jab today, you guys, and so far I'm fine. But last time, I got sick around 1 in the morning, so I'm say a prayer for me that I don't get sick. Unicorn, wow. They want the unicorn. That's funny. Whoa, I cannot believe I got the unicorn. Oh my. So the unicorn's like a very high vibe person. So this is what they need to work on. They need to work on becoming unicorns. 201 is the page. That is a very spiritual card. And the unicorn is reconnecting with your higher wisdom or divinity. The unicorn, it's difficult to see or hear or think of the unicorn without immediately questioning if it's real. Did it ever exist? Perhaps long, long ago. The mind answers maybe, or it could be, or no way. It's contemplation of our relationships with divinity. So they're saying they really need, as a couple, they need to tap into their spirituality, just like with this going over their shadow side. They need to look at their shadow side. So that's what Spirit is saying. And a lot of people are probably thinking they need to look at their dark side because they've got this dark side that just seems to be running them amok. And so they need to tap into their higher self because they claim that they are woke. They're not woke. They need to tap into this. They really need to tap into this. It's the mind's eye, knowing that there's something beyond our day-to-day lives, deeper dimensions. So that's the deeper dimensions. They need to tap into that because if they can tap into this, which I don't think they can, based on her pathology, but this is what's I feel is lacking. This is what's lacking because these cards here, I don't think they have it, but this is what they need because they are facing this falseness, this poverty, court battles. You know, this is the missing element. In all due respect, they do not have that unicorn energy. No way, no way do they have unicorn energy. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Till next time, thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate it, and I hope you're having fun out there, doing what you're doing, listening to Christmas music, shopping, and so forth. All right, you guys, till next time, bye.